Artichokes, I think, are probably the classic example of eating seasonally. In Greece, you wouldn't think of eating an artichoke, in January or in October when they're not in season. You would kill for them though in March and April. And this is a classic Greek dish. This is called alla polita. It's from the alla polita refers to the Greeks of Poli, and Poli means city, and the city was Istanbul, or Constantinople, as the Greeks would say. And this is a very traditional dish. It's something that people do make at Easter time. They cook artichokes in all sorts of different ways at Easter, sometimes roasted in the same pan with lamb. Sometimes in salads raw with a little bit of sweet Graviera cheese mixed in there. But this is by far the most popular Greek dish when it comes to artichokes. And I purposely wanted to show this dish today because artichokes have the infamy of being very difficult to pair with wines because they have their own, they're naturally acidic and very hard on the palate. It's a hard vegetable to match with wines, and it's oftentimes the winemaker's kind of challenge, what to pair with artichokes. I will say one thing though, one trick when you cook artichokes in the Greek kitchen, and I think that might play a role. I mean, you'll tell me if it plays a role in terms of wine. As my husband's grandmother taught me when I was, still a young cook, artichokes always need a little tiny bit of sugar when you braise them, and the carrots in this dish and the leeks and a few diced potatoes here and there, and of course the dill, all add to that sweetness and that really brilliant sense of springtime in the Greek kitchen. So let's talk a little bit about the wines. I see nothing but rosés.
You brought it up straight. You said spring. And what spring you remember? What wine you remember in spring is you back to your rosés, and you bring that light flavor and bright wine that's come in the spring season, and that's how you celebrate wine as well. So you have the artichokes and the leeks for the spring season when it comes to food, but people tend to drink more rosé in the spring. Even though for me rosé is a versatile wine that can cover all year long. You can drink rosé all year long.
I love this dish.
Take a sip of wine and tell me what you think.
That's perfect. Excellent.
Great.